The two major keys to having an amazing sex life with your spouse all boils down to, one, having the courage to be vulnerable, and secondly, having the willingness just to be open about your needs and desires, because let's just be honest, closed mouths do not get fed. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Irene if you're new here. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to communicate to your spouse what you want in bed. Because I know this conversation can be a little bit uncomfortable, but it doesn't have to be. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be a little less uncomfortable. So let's get right into it. Before we even get into asking our spouse what we want when it comes to sex, the first thing we gotta do is to stop acting like we like it. Stop faking it, because why are we doing that? How is your spouse supposed to know what you like and what you don't like if you're pretending? And you may think that you're protecting his feelings by doing this, but it's only damaging your relationship because you're being misleading and ultimately delaying your pleasure, because you got your partner out here thinking that he's rocking your world and meanwhile you're not enjoying a lick of it. So the first thing we gotta do is to stop faking it. I don't care who you are, everybody wants a little feedback on how great they're doing. So that's why tip number 2 is to let your partner know what he is doing right. You want to always start off with the good things. So give him a little feedback on what you're liking, what you're enjoying. Let him know that you even appreciate the effort that he's putting into improving you guys' sex life together, because ultimately this will help to boost his confidence, or her. I forget, like there might be men watching too, but this applies to the wife or the husband. Let your spouse know what you like, because this will ultimately boost their confidence and give them the motivation to actually do what you like more. And just because something has turned you on in the past doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to have the same effect on you now. So this is also a really good opportunity to let your spouse know what has changed. You know, give them a little update. Now this is where things get a little bit difficult, because tip number 3 is constructive criticism. And I know this is what you guys came to this video for, because you want to know how to communicate to your partner what you're not liking in the bedroom. Let me just begin by saying that it's really all in the approach. Instead of saying, I don't like it when fill in the blank, or you're really bad at ... fill in the blank, try leading with, I actually prefer it when you do it like this, or instead of doing it this way, I'd actually prefer it if you did it this way. Or you can say it like, I'd actually love more of this and less of this. You know, you want to be real specific and choose your words wisely. You don't want your partner to feel like inadequate or that he's really bad at what he's doing. So be descriptive, be specific, faster, slower, harder, softer, like use all the adjectives that you need to describe what you want and how you want it. And you don't want your request to seem like it's coming out of nowhere, and you don't necessarily want to make that request while you're having sex. So if you can bring it up beforehand so your partner doesn't feel like this is coming out of nowhere, or like this is a personal attack on him or whatever, try to bring it up beforehand, so like if you do have to remind him in the moment, he's not feeling like, where is this coming from? I thought you liked this whole time. You know what I mean? So if you can give him a little heads up in advance, that would be even better. And try not to get carried away. You want to keep the critiques to a minimum, like 1 or 2, because you don't want your partner to feel overwhelmed, or like I said, you don't want him to feel inadequate or anything, because if you're making too many requests all at once, it's like, all right, what do you want me to do? You know what I mean? You don't want him to be or feel overwhelmed. And most times men want to be better at sex. Like, he finds pleasure in pleasing you. Like, and it works that way for women too. Like, it's not just men. But if you feel like your partner's not enjoying it, then you're not enjoying it either. At least that's how it's supposed to be. So be open about your needs, do it respectfully, do it kindly, and always remember to lead with the good stuff. And my last tip for today is to be open to feedback, because you're not perfect either. You know the song, it says, it takes 2 to make a thing go right. Your spouse is not the only one that needs to be trying to improve your sex life. This is a partnership. You guys should be trying to satisfy each other. So you should also try to ask your spouse, what can I do better? What are you liking? What don't you like? What do you want me to improve on? All the things, so you can stay on top of it. You know what I mean. Remember, you made a lifelong commitment to this partnership, to this marriage, so we should always try to continually make things better, and there's always going to be something to improve on. You have a whole entire life to grow the sex life that you desire, and it's not going to happen overnight. Conversations like this shouldn't just happen on one occasion. Like I said earlier, your body's always changing. Things that you used to like before, you might not like now, and you know, the dialogue just always needs to be open. You always should feel comfortable enough to communicate to your spouse what you desire and what you need. And that is all I have for you guys today. I hope that this video was helpful. If you know anyone that can benefit from this video, please share it. Please like this video if you enjoyed it yourself. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. And remember, you guys are married. This is a lifelong journey. It doesn't have to be perfect straight off the bat. Like, you guys have a whole lifetime to get it perfectly right, and that's what makes things exciting. Like, if your sex life gets 1% better each time, then girl or guy, you're on the up and up. That's really all that matters.